Do you know what it's like to feel invisible? To give everything you have, only to be told it's not enough? That's my story. I was the firstborn, the one who was supposed to carry the weight of my parents' hopes. They used to tell me stories about Eden, about the paradise they lost. I grew up under the shadow of their regret, knowing that life was harder because of their choices. I worked the ground, pouring my sweat into the soil, fighting against the thorns and weeds that seemed to mock me at every turn. And then there was Abel, my younger brother. He was everything I wasn't: gentle, favored, blessed. He tended the flocks while I toiled in the dirt. People saw him as pure, innocent. But I saw the truth. He was just lucky. When the time came to bring our offerings to God, I thought I had done enough. I gathered the best of my crops, the fruit of my labor, and laid it before him. But God looked past my offering, straight to Abel's. His acceptance of Abel's sacrifice burned in my chest. I felt the sting of rejection, sharp and undeniable. Why him? Why not me? I worked harder, gave just as much, maybe more. Wasn't my sweat, my effort, worth something? I tried to swallow the anger, but it grew like a storm inside me. God spoke to me then, asking why I was angry, warning me about sin crouching at my door. But his words only made me angrier. He saw my struggle but still favored Abel. One day out in the field, Abel came to me. He was smiling, as if everything was fine, as if he didn't realize how his very existence made me feel like nothing. The storm inside me broke. I don't even remember grabbing the rock, just the sound of it hitting him, the way his body crumpled. The silence that followed was deafening. When God asked where Abel was, I lied. Am I my brother's keeper? But God knew. He always knows. His voice wasn't angry. It was heavy, full of sorrow. What have you done? Your brother's blood cries out to me from the ground. I was cursed that day, condemned to wander. The earth, my companion since childhood, now refused to yield its strength to me. And yet, even in my punishment, God showed mercy. He marked me, not to shame me, but to protect me. I've carried that mark ever since. It's a reminder, not just of my failure, but of God's justice and his mercy. If you've ever felt unseen, unloved, or consumed by jealousy, you know my story. You know how easy it is to let anger fester, to let it grow until it consumes you. But I'm here to tell you, it's not worth it. The weight of regret is heavier than you can imagine. Don't let the storm inside you win. Trust the God who sees even in the midst of your pain.